back for an hour's rest.
Hey, John not sleeping any better?
Oh, the hole. Yes, I had a feeling that was getting bigger.
You were prepared to let it, I suppose.
Well, you needn't have bothered, but thanks anyway, Mum. Yes, John's been quieter the last few weeks.
Tell Frida to come up and see me, love.
Yes, all right. Oh, and John's had notice of his discharge, by the way, did you know?
I thought that happened weeks ago.
Well, not the final thing. Don't think he can quite believe it.
When are we going to get our spare room back, eh?
What you're really saying is, when am I going to move in with John? It was John's idea, Mum. I was prepared to stick it.
Stick it?
Oh, you know what I mean. Sleeping with two men, it's not really me, is it? Look, I know it hurts when I say these things, Mum, but I've got to say how I feel. I've said I'll stay with John. Now, let's leave it at that, shall we? Look, Mum, I'm walking on the edge of a tightrope. If anybody shouts, I'll fall off.
Yes, I'm going to see my son. Well, he was missing. In the army, you know. Oh, he's had a terrible time. He needs building up now. I'm going to take him home with me and build him up.
One for you, and one for me. Don't you want it? Come on.
Hello.
Hey, what's all this then? Has Dad been complaining again?
Station finder.
Do you have to take it apart for that?
Just keeping my hand in.
You are getting better, aren't you?
Well, I spent a year doing this sort of thing in a cellar in Antwerp. I thought I'd never want to look at a condenser or a coil again.
And here you are.
Yes, here I am.
Well, aren't you going to tell me about it?
Sometime, maybe.
See anybody?
Oh, lovely. John?
Yes, please.
Oh, the son in there is in the garden, if anyone wants to know.
Oh, yes, I caught him eating stones the other day.
What?
That's why he weighs so much.
John Porter.
Oh, it's all right, I ticked him off. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I met that Mrs. The very thin one from your school.
Oh, Mrs. Metcalf.
That's the one. Yes, I met her when I was wheeling baby out. She's the headmistress now.
Yes, I know. Been meaning to go and see her.
She wants you back, you know.
Yes, she rang a few weeks ago. I don't know. I miss it in a way, but would you mind?
Oh, it's convenient, it's near. Mother can mind John George.
Yes, it might be the answer, I suppose.
The answer?
Well, we've got a lot of leeway to catch up on, haven't we?
Like getting to know one another again.
Yes, well, that too. Will you be going back to the Treasurer's Department, or don't you want to think about it yet?
Yes, I suppose I will. Bit of a far cry from a cellar in Antwerp.
Yes.
Margaret, we're going to be all right, aren't we?
Tea's ready.
Oh, thanks. Oh, and Mum wanted to see you, by the way. She's waiting upstairs.
Okey-doke. Oh, Mum, you might answer the phone for me. The phone? The phone! Yes? Oh, yes, could you hang on a minute?
Thanks.
John, it's your mother on the phone.
Oh, yes, well, I'll be back in a minute.
Did you have a sleep? Oh, I was sewing. My eyes don't seem to be what they used to be. Headache? Old age, I suppose. Ah, fiddlesticks.
Oh. No, of course not. Yes, I will. Where are you? Well, why didn't you ring from home? Yes. Yes, right, yes, I will. Bye.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right, I hadn't fastened it on. She's in Liverpool.
Oh,
And, she's coming around at 6.
well, why don't you come round straight away?
Well, she's staying at the Grants, people that used to live opposite. You remember, they came to the wedding.
Oh, is your father with her?
No, she says she's come for the shopping, really.
Oh, now don't panic, Sheila. Now, stop and think a minute.
Oh, dear. First signs, you know. And the door was open.
Oh, hello. Yeah, no, I left it open on purpose because of the heat.
So it's me. Who are you then?
Oh, Colin, I can't find my ration book.
Oh, well, if that's the sum of your woes.
There's nothing to joke about.
What's this then?
Oh, no, nice than you, and that one doesn't start till
I don't know. You need organising. Oh, God, it stinks in here.
What? Oh, yeah, well, it's the sink. I don't know what's got down it.
How long's it been like this?
Well, I can't get anybody, can I? And I don't know how to do it myself.
Oh! Shut. Well, go on then, get looking for your little book.
You're laughing at me, aren't you?
Well, why would I want to laugh at you?
Go on and stay like that. Mrs. Porter doesn't like dirty boys. Go on. Oh, that woman gives me the pip.
How do you think I feel?
You've arranged to see Michael, I suppose?
Well, yes. Yes, I have.
Oh, but I thought...
Well,
Oh, that's your business, anyway.
it was going to be the last time.
Oh?
Yes, but I mean, if I'm not in the house, Mrs. Porter...
So you'd like me to go and
know,
explain?
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't apologise. Just get me the address.
Yes, okay, I'll write it down for you.
So, what do I tell him? That you're not going to see him again?
Well, I have to see him once more, won't I?
All right, so I'll tell him you'll see him once more sometime. Huh?
Why are you being cruel to me?
Sorry. My turn to apologise.
Hello, love.
Hello, Dad.
How will you be back at the hospital?
Oh, I'm just off with an errand on the way. Mum!
Give my love to Doris.
I haven't hardly seen her for the last few days. She's on a different ward. You like her, don't you?
Yes, she's fun.
I wish Mum did. Do you know, I get the feeling Mum thinks she's a bit common.
Oh, now, Frida, your mother would never say a thing like that, I'm sure.
No, she'd never say it. Mum! I'm off! Oh, I think she's gone deaf today.
I don't wonder.
Look, tell her I've gone, because if I don't get off, we'll miss the bus.
Yes, I'll tell her. When do we see you again?
Oh, as soon as I can. Bye-bye, Dad.
Bye-bye, love. Hello, love. Frida asked me to tell you she's gone.
Gone?
Yes, she called, but you didn't answer.
I didn't hear her.
Reception wanted us to go round this evening, but I said I didn't think you'd feel up to it.
Why?
Well, you said you weren't too good when I left this morning. You feeling better?
I'm all right. We couldn't have gone anyway. Mrs. Porter's coming.
Oh, when?
About 6, I shall be on edge all evening.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it, love.
She'll have to tell him, Margaret, sooner or later, about Michael. She's not the type to be able to live with a thing like that.
Yes, but one step at a time, Jean, one step at a time. The lad's not well. Let him get back on his feet. Let him sort himself out. The main thing is she's going to stick by him. And that's all we can expect her to cope with for the moment.
Did she say when she'd come?
She said she'd phone you.
Oh, I see.
But look, it's not easy for her.
Oh, you think it's easy for me?
No.
Well, of course, you're on the other side. You can afford to be understanding.
Well, look, I do. I mean, I try. You're not a very easy man to understand.
No, what's your difficulty? I'll try and help you. Then you can go back and you can read him a lecture on how to understand Michael Armstrong. No, it's simple, really. I love her, I need her, and I see her slipping away from me.
I'm sorry. I don't want you to be hurt.
I get a touch of paranoia, too, from time to time. You know the word. I know she's back there with you all, and you're all working away like mad to get her to do the right thing. And, of course, you all know what the right thing is. And what the hell can I do about that?
But look, aren't you sure?
No! In spite of the fact that I'm obviously prejudiced, no. Doesn't the happiness of people count?
Well, yes, of course.
Plus the fact that I'm a conscience, and, of course, your brothers, they're all... Oh! Sorry. I'm sorry. I know I'm the one who's causing pain.
It's all right. Well, after a time, you...
No, it was good of you to come. I'm grateful.
Michael, don't hope too much.
Are you telling me not to hope? Or are you telling me there's nothing to hope for? Is there something you know that I don't?
No, just don't hope too much, that's all.
When my wife was dying, I hoped. I think it was hope. Perhaps I just didn't believe it. The sort of threshold. And beyond it, you just feel numb. I thought then, never again. Never again. And here I am caring for someone else. The minute you start to care about anyone, a dog even, there's pain somewhere at the end of it.
Well, I've got to be back at the hospital.
I'll see you again, perhaps.
Yes, perhaps. Goodbye, then.
Oh, I'll put him in his pyjamas. I'm not changing him again today.
What time is it?
Oh, it's 10 to. Oh, she'll just have to take me as I am. Here. Hey, you don't need that. You're hot.
Is it hot or is it me?
Well, it's still quite warm.
Why does she have to come?
Did you want her to come and see you?
Yes, of course I do.
Oh, thank God! I found it. It was in my coat pocket. I like that.
What do you mean? It's all your grease I'm getting
Yeah,
off?
and that's all my soap you're using.
Naggy.
Stop it. Don't, Colin! Stop it.
Throw you down.
I don't need cooling down, thank you.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you've been working, haven't you? Here, come on. Oh,
Did I make it wet?
yes.
Come here.
Don't.
You don't feel very cool to me.
I hate you sometimes, honestly, God, I really hate you. I want a cigarette.
No, you don't.
Listen, I said I want a cigarette.
Go on. Well, I've lit it now. I'm sorry, I don't know. Come on, I've lit it now, don't be daft. Let me see.
No.
Think you damaged me or no?
Yeah, well, serves you right.
Like I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, yes, you did. You knew what you were doing, all right, hanging around me. Anyway, why did you come here?
I'm working here for a couple of days to check some designs. Will that do? Got to get back tonight, though. You'll be relieved to know.
Working here. Well, you've wangled it for nothing. You know that, don't you?
No, nothing of the kind.
Look, Colin, I just don't want you coming round here.
Really?
Well, not so often, anyway.
Look, I'd be stupid not to come. Look, Sheila, you don't hate me, and you know it. I'll come after work tomorrow night. I'll be about 7, right? All right, see you then. Hello, Hum.
John. Oh, love. Oh, dear. Oh, I've been so worried about you.
I'm fine, I'm fine. Come on, they're all in here.
Well, let's have a look at you, love. Oh, dear, the light in this hall. John, where's your woolly? Oh, no, going about in the evening without a woolly. In the evening, too.
I told him not to. I thought it'd be too hot.
Oh, Margaret, dear. Oh, you're looking well.
How's Mr. Porter?
And he sends you all his love. Yes, you do look well. Oh, and John, too. Oh, what a relief.
Yes.
Oh, I do worry, you know. I know you think it's silly of me. Oh, I know what you think, but, well, the evenings get very chilly, you know. He needs the warmth across
I'll
his
get
chest.
it later on. Now, come on in.
Such a good boy. I knew you'd listen to me. Oh, you haven't been getting enough sleep, have you?
I sleep better than I did.
Oh, it's such a noisy house, this. You were never used to a big family, were you? All these people going in and out all the time. It's no wonder you can't sleep.
Well, there's only the 4 of us. Frida usually sleeps at the nurse's home, and David.
Oh,
You know.
yes, I know about David. Oh, it was doomed from the start, that marriage, if you ask me.
That's the war, Mum.
Oh, yes, I know some people say it is. Seems to me the war gets blamed for everything these days. Still, I know what you mean. Well, the cat's away, the mice will play. We all know that, don't we?
Oh, no, Sheila's a nice girl.
Oh, nothing against Sheila. No, the trouble doesn't come from her side of the family. Frida's a bit flighty, too, don't you think?
Flighty?
Well, free and easy. You know what I mean?
I like Frida.
Oh, so do I, so do I. Well, she's certainly got her share of the Ashton charm. Well, it's just as well that Margaret's a nice, plain sort of girl, isn't it?
What do you mean, plain?
Well, we can all be tempted, given the circumstances, all of us.
Oh, Mum.
You liked our garden, didn't you? Didn't you? And Charlie, you know, didn't you?
I think I'll just pop upstairs.
I know Margaret did. She said so to your father. She said to Harry, I think you've done wonders here, she said. Yes, they do get on well together, those two, don't they? And you're coming to see us again, love. Well, I promised to tell him, you see, and he does miss you, you know.
Oh, well, sometime next week, I should think. Well, I'm going to lay down for a bit. You can listen to the service if you want.
Oh, dear, I haven't tired you. Have I talked too much?
No, I usually have a rest around now. I'll switch it on for you.
Thank you, love. Well, I'll just sit here and wait then, shall I? I'll be sitting here waiting for you when you come down again.
John, Jean wants to know if you'd like a cup of coffee while we're waiting for dinner.
No, thanks. Oh, you could take Mother one, though. She's in there. I'm going upstairs.
Are you all right, son?
Yes, I'm fine. I wonder... Could I talk to you, Mr. Ashton?
Yes, if you want to. What is it, John?
I don't know. It's Mum, I suppose. Sometimes I can hardly bear to be in the same room with her.
Well, I expect you get on edge with all of us sometimes. I mean, we try to help, we mean well, but we can all be a bit irritating, can't we?
No, it's not that. It's not just that. It's things she says. She says things.
Well, what sort of things?
About Margaret and about other people.
About Margaret?
While the cat's away, the mice will play, she says.
About Margaret?
Oh, not directly, not straight out. She just seems to be implying something. And she said, we can all be tempted given the circumstances.
Well, it's a bit tactless, but I think that's all, John.
Oh, yeah, I know she doesn't mean anything. It's just sometimes I feel... I'm sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. You've all been so marvellous to me. She should be grateful. Makes me feel ashamed. I've always felt that Margaret's too good for me.
Nonsense.
I have. And I think of the life that I can offer and the life she could have had.
Margaret loves you, John.
Yes, that's what I keep trying to tell myself. But when Mum says things...
She loves you, and there's no other kind of life she'd have wanted.
No. Thanks. Mr. Ashton, you wouldn't try to kid me because of how I am. You wouldn't lie to me.
I wouldn't lie to you, John.
I'll tell you one person who's happy. My mother-in-law. She must to get John on his own. Don't you like her any better then? Think I hate her. Here. Does she know? Think she has a fair idea.
No. I mean about Michael.
Oh. Well, I don't see how she can.
You still haven't made up your mind, have you, Margaret? Oh, it's difficult when you're married, isn't it? I don't know what to do either.
You?
Yeah. I was thinking of going down to Wales and fetching the kids back.
Today?
Yeah.
Catch hold of that.
Trouble is, when I get down there and I see how happy they are, I just don't have the heart. I mean, I'm out all day, aren't I? And then David's away, and there's that dump that we live in, isn't there? No. See, the only thing is that I've got the day off tomorrow, so I thought that I could nip down there, stay overnight, and then bring them back again. What do you think?
Well, I don't feel very qualified to hand out advice these days.
I thought, it might help to keep me on the straight and narrow.
Why, are you off the straight and narrow?
No, I'm not off it, but I am tempted.
Don't be.
No, I thought you weren't giving out advice.
It's not worth it.
No.
Oh, I don't know. Forget I said anything.
Ah, yes, come on, Margaret. It's different with you and Michael because you thought that John was dead, didn't you? But I know that David's alive, don't I? That's why I thought, you see, if I went and got the kids back, then I'd start thinking about David again, and then if he should happen to come back on leave, well, everything would be like it used to be, wouldn't it?
Oh, Sheila, you can't have them back because of that. Man,
But if the kids are in the house, Margaret, it can't happen, can it? And the way things are going, it will. I know it will. He thinks I'm mad not to.
well, whoever he is, he sounds as if he's after what he can get.
Oh, no, it's me as well. Except, of course, I keep thinking about David. See, there's a lot of good in David that nobody knows about except me. And I know he tried. He really did try sometimes. And, well, if there is a chance, I'd spoil it, wouldn't I, for good?
Sheila, couldn't you just go and see the kids? You could even stay for a few days.
Oh, no, see, I can't afford that.
Well, Mrs. Thomas put you up.
Yes, she might. I don't see why she shouldn't.
Well, it's better than bringing them back here, isn't it?
Yes, he's not coming till tonight, see, so I could nip off and leave a note.
Well,
couldn't
maybe
I?
it's running away.
Yes,
but
I
then
think
we all do that
that's what I'll do.
sometimes, don't we?
Right, I better rush
In the
then.
middle of it, you
Thanks,
can't see it. No, I can't.
I do wish you'd let me help you, Mrs. Ashton.
There's very little left to do now, thank you.
You look tired, you know. So many people to look after. You look as if you could do with a holiday. I do miss the holidays we used to have before the war, don't you? Grange was always a place I liked. Quiet, you know. Oh, do you remember? And the children. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Come up then. I wish you'd stay to dinner, lad.
No, I can't do that. I'm going down to Wales to see the kids.
Just on a visit. In that case. You remember Mrs. Porter, don't you?
Yes, Margaret's wedding. Oh, we met on a train once, didn't we?
Yes, I believe we did.
Oh, well, I'll be off. Bye-bye.
Give them my love. And David's.
Yes, I will.
Goodbye, love.
Love?
Hello. Yeah, have you seen John?
Yes, he's in the front room having a quiet drink, and then he's coming up for a rest.
Tired him out, has she?
Yes, I think she has. I've just been having a talk with him. It seems she's been saying one or two things that have upset him a bit.
What sort of things?
Well, you know the way she goes on.
Yes, I do. Mind your feet. What sort of things?
Well, apparently, she was talking to him about David and Sheila, and she said something about, well, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and,
Oh, God.
and about, temptations and so on.
Don't think that she knows anything.
No, I'm sure she doesn't. And it wasn't so much what she said, I think, as the way John took it. Well, in his state of mind, you know.
Oh. How awful it all is.
Well, I had to tell you, to warn you, just in case he seems a bit, you know.
Why, he doesn't believe. I mean, he doesn't think that...
No, not at all. I lied to him very adequately, I think.
I'm sorry, Dad. Put you all in a terrible position, haven't I? If only I could tell him.
John or Michael?
Well, anyway, I thought I'd take him off your hands tonight. John, you know.
Off our hands. You make it sound like a burden.
Well, isn't it?
No, of course
Well,
not.
he's my child, Mrs. Ashton, and here are you doing all the work.
It's a pleasure to do anything for John.
Yes, that's what I always used to feel. Always a pleasure. Only pleasure in life sometimes.
They grow up, Mrs. Porter. They grow up and leave us. Just as we grew up and left our parents.
I was an only child, you know. Hardly a relative on my side of the family. Harry's the one with relatives, of course. Relatives all over the place, as Harry. Not that we ever see any of them. Do you ever think about your parents?
Yes. Yes, I do. Quite often these days.
It's awful growing old, isn't it? Yes, well, I mean, I thought I'd like to take him over to the Grants, you see. He won't go on his own, I know that. And I can't ask... Well, I wouldn't expect Margaret to take him. And I thought we could have a little talk on the way over. Well, mothers do like to be alone with their sons sometimes, you know. We all have a little secrets, don't we? Oh, look, you've cut your hand.
And?
You got up early.
Colin.
Oh, is David home?
No, it's not that.
Oh, well, can I come in?
Yes.
Well, don't hang the flags out, will
Well, no,
you?
you said you weren't going to come until 7 o'clock.
Right.
Oh, come on, don't be so silly.
Am I welcome or not?
Yes.
Right. Oh, I see. You sure you can spare the time?
Oh, yes, well, Mrs. Thomas wrote, you see, she's the lady who looks after the kids in Wales, and Janet's not very well.
Sheila, don't stoop to that. I mean, it's bad enough you're running off like this, not lies as well.
Now, listen, Colin, I am going to Wales.
Yes, all right then, go, but have the decency to tell me, Sheila. Tell me face to face.
I was going
Going
to.
to leave me a note. Yes, that's very nice. Great. Well, one thing I thought about you, I thought you were straight. But don't you think I deserve something better than this?
Yes, well, I'm sorry.
Well, charge you nothing to the night.
Oh, I am sorry, Colin. Honestly, I just didn't stop and think.
Yeah, I know. Just look at that. I mean, you call that packing?
Well, I was in a hurry, wasn't I?
Yeah. And I'll lay a bet. No tooth powder, no presents for the kids, no clean knickers.
I have.
No, I'll take your word for it. All right, then I'll push off. Leave you to get organised. Go in the morning when you know there's trains, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Look, I'll tell you what.
Seeing it's a bit of a trek and seeing as I won't be seeing you for a bit, why don't you let me take you there? Oh, not to stay, of course. I'd just deliver you, then come back. I'd leave you there, eh? Well, it's company in the waiting rooms, isn't it?
Oh, you don't want to go all that way.
Oh, yeah, it'd be worth it. But the scenery.
Hi. Good heavens, where did you spring from?
Just come off the ward. Got left in an ambulance. He's picked me up on the way back. 5 minutes flat, he said. Well, can I have that pin?
Yes, of course. What for?
Oh, one of my suspenders has gone, hasn't it?
Oh, mind you don't stick it in yourself.
Can you just run down that apron for me?
Yes, it's over there.
Oh, thank heavens for that. I didn't think I'd need it till tomorrow. But, just look at that.
What is it?
Oh, blood, of course.
Don't show it to me.
Oh, what a night. Sally Feeling gave her first enema. It didn't come down again.
What didn't?
Oh, nothing, of course. She had a fit.
Is it always going to be like this?
No, what?
Were you rushing in all hours of the day and night, covered in blood and talking about enemas? Couldn't you have joined a WAFs or something?
Has his porter gone back?
Oh, no, she goes to water.
Still fed up with her.
Fed up. She poisons everything. Oh, did you see Michael?
Yes.
Well, what did he say?
He said that as soon as you start caring about someone, a dog even, there's pain somewhere at the end of it.
And what do you think?
I don't know, it's up to you, isn't it, to make your own mind up. Will it come to that in the end?
It's all right. There's your ambulance.
Hey, look, tell Mum I'm sorry about the apron, but Sister says I get through more than the rest of the stuff put together. And, give her my love.
Hey, the penny.
Oh,
How'd you feel?
oh, and, wave ta-ta to Mrs. Porter for me. Colin.
Hello.
We get out the next stop.
What, already?
Fat lot of company you've been.
Oh, I was working after night.
It was your idea.
I wonder when it gets to Denby if this train turns round. Could stop on if it does. Stop on and Bob your uncle on back
Now
again.
listen, it was your idea to come.
I'm not complaining.
Oh, really?
Well, how does it strike you? You come all this way, then you turn back again. Sheila, you'd like me to meet the kids?
No, I wouldn't.
Just an idea.
I mean, well, they'll start asking questions, won't they? And I shan't know what to say to them. Anyway, Mrs. Thomas is very strict, you know. She wouldn't like it. Besides, Peaches thinks the world of David, you know.
Fair enough.
Gonna have to go straight there when I get off.
Well, trains aren't too bad. Shouldn't think I'll have that long to wait. Grab a cup of tea or something.
Look, I'll tell you what. There's a nice little tea shop in the village. I could show you where it is. Then nip off and say hello to the kids, and I can pop back and say goodbye to you. Well, it's better than the station.
Yeah, why not? We'll come and see you.
But it's not the same thing, is it? No, this house we found, well, I found really, in Charlie. Oh, it's much better than anything you get round here.
And when we went through all that last night.
Well, you don't want to go back to your old job. You could make a future for yourself while they're all away. You don't want to stay around here.
After the war, maybe.
After the war? When's that going to be, I'd like to know? Not in my lifetime.
Oh, Mum.
Say it's the same for everybody. Well, it's not. Some people just sail through it. They just sail through it.
I'm back now, Mum. I'm back.
Oh, yes. That's what Harry went round telling everybody. John's coming home, he said. Home? The last years of our lives.
You're asking too much of me, Mum.
Why'd you have to stay here with them? They don't need you. She's got sons of her own.
Oh. One's dead, and two are fighting.
Well, you fought, and you're my only one. Oh, no, John, now listen, love. It's a lovely little house. It's got a garden, it's got a room for baby, a lovely little room. No, you haven't thought about it properly. I said to Harry, just give him time to think. He'll come round. She won't like it, of course. She'll be against it, but she'll realise. She'll come round to see. You'll persuade her, won't you, John? She'd do anything for
stop
you.
it.
Oh, John, please, your father's so
Stop
ill.
it, stop it, will you?
All of us together, love, you see. You, me, Margaret, the baby, your father.
No.
She'll change her mind.
No, Margaret, Mum. Me. You're talking to me.
Of course I'm talking to you.
Well, all right, then. Can't I say no? Can I say no? Mean it for myself? Well, Margaret's got a mind of her own. Well, no, Margaret's got... And you...
Never heard you talking like this. I don't understand.
Mum. And while I was away... No, Margaret. No, you. Things happened. Life isn't like I thought it was. In fact, I never really did think much about anything till then.
What did they do to you?
Not them, Mum. You. You made me different. You made me different from the other kids. Listen! When I was 27 years old, I talked to my father. For the first time in my life. He was unhappy. He'd been unhappy for a long time, but I didn't know because you didn't let me. And do you know when that was? Do you know when I talked to him for the first time? When I was looking for my wife. I was going to war, and I wanted to see my wife. You knew where she was. She was round here, but you didn't tell me.
I didn't know.
You let me. You're lying again. You knew. You bloody knew.
Do you want some more?
Yeah, might as well.
This'll be a third part, won't it?
That's right, yes. You'll have me running all day.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've been making the fortune in here, you know.
Oh, and I went off with the sandwiches too, didn't I?
Yes, you did, didn't you? Yes.
Peter ate them all. Oh, Colin, he's grown so much, he's nearly as tall as I am. And Janet's put on weight.
Pleased to see you, Willie.
Yes, they were. Oh, I didn't know your wife had come. I'll get another pot.
Well, obviously we don't look too ridiculous together.
You should have said something.
Oh, come on. You know what they're like around here. No point in giving
It's
offence.
not very nice for me, is it?
Sheila, why have you still got your keys? That is your case you got?
Yes, there wasn't room.
Oh, she wouldn't have you?
No, she's got her in-laws, you see. I mean, I wanted to stay there, of
Oh,
course.
of course,
but,
of course. I'm sorry.
That's why I stopped there so long, you see, because I thought if I was going back tonight...
Probably the best
yes,
idea.
it could have been difficult. He says he's going to sit up there and read a book till bedtime.
Good. That's probably the best place for him. That leaves you and me. What should we do? Get the cards out?
Bitch, the bitch!
Margaret.
Well, you know who I mean. It's Mrs. Bloody Porter.
Margaret. Whatever she's done, she's John's mother.
She's a bitch.
Now then. Here. You know, this has all got to stop. It's getting too much for you. How much longer do you think you can keep it up, eh?
I'm all right.
You know, it might sound easy for me to say this because I don't suffer from her in quite the same way, but in a certain sense, she is just a poor, misguided woman with an obsession about a particular man, only to her, he's still a boy, isn't he?
And you're trying to say that I... Oh, Dad, there's no comparison.
Isn't there? Hasn't yours become a bit of an obsession too?
No, it's how I feel.
Well, believe it or not, your mother felt like that for me not all that many years ago.
Yes, well, you all know that things go less over the years. It's now that matters.
Is it? Well, now is now for me, and do you know what she feels for me now? Nothing.
That's not true.
It is true, Margaret. She said as much.
Look, she's ill. She's tired, and she didn't mean it. Why haven't you talked to me about it?
Well, I started to talk to you about it once, only I was trying to give you the news about John at the same time, you know. Your troubles get lost in other people's. I'll tell you something else about John, too, for what it's worth to you. Things won't ever be the same between him and Celia Porter. He destroyed something very big in his life today because he could see it was going to come between you. Between you and him and the child. He's burned his bridges, Margaret.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Did you walk anywhere?
Yeah, a bit.
You tired?
I'm thinking of those smelly old dig that are waiting for me.
Now you see what happens to little boys who leave home.
Yeah. And the kids are all right, were they?
Oh, yes. Oh, they're so lovely. Janet loved her present, and Peter pretended to like his. I'm more like a favourite auntie these days, aren't I? Taking presents and going away again.
No. Despondency spreads defeat. Or something like that. No, all you've got to do is stay happy and laughing. Splitting out Hitler's eye, and there'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see. And that's what's going to win us this war, you know. All these happy, loving people. The spirit that brought Britain through.
Hey, would you be a conchi?
No, she'll require notice of that question.
Well, would you?
I don't have to be, I'm exempt.
No, but I mean, if you weren't exempt.
If they sent for me, I'd go. Said he, bravely squaring his patty shoulders.
Ooh. I thought you said you liked being Colin with the cushy number.
Oh, I do. Only if they sent for me now, I wouldn't go. There'd be a struggle, and I'm not a struggling type, you see.
Don't believe you know. I think you're just pig sick because you're not wearing a uniform.
Yeah, well, some of us have to keep the home fires burning till the boys come home, you know.
So you wouldn't then be a conchi?
No.
Why not?
Just don't have the guts, I suppose. Margaret?
I'm sorry. Dad told me.
What did he say?
Well, about your mother.
I thought nobody was in.
Poor John.
To help me into bed.
You'll feel better now you've slept.
Did you do the shopping?
Yes. Yes, just about.
Did he say anything else?
Well, he said that you'd burned your bridges. I think he meant that you'd only got me left now.
Have I? I don't know, it hasn't felt like that.
Well, you've been ill.
No.
You've been shut up in yourself.
You weren't there. Since I've come back, I felt, don't know what it is, just weren't there.
You've turned to baby. You can't have enough of John George.
You see, I can't remember what it was like. I know it was different from this.
Yes. Yes, it was.
It just went there. Sheila? Are you glad I went?
Yes. You know I am.
I could fall asleep.
Go on then.
What, with you lying all over me?
Oh, all right, I'll get up.
No, don't.
I don't know what we're doing on the floor in any case.
Well, you didn't invite me upstairs. Hey. You still there? You upset?
No. Oh, no, Colin, come on, lie still. Please lie still.
You don't want to be upset. Not you, Sheila.
Look, Colin, I don't want...
Sheila. What's wrong with you?
Colin? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry? Sheila, what are you... You came back with me tonight. I mean, that tale about no room with Mrs. Thomas. You could have stayed somewhere else, a neighbour, yes or no? Yes, then why not? Sheila, you wanted me.
Oh, Colin, please. Oh, please. used to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Me. Oh, Sheila, I won't make you. I won't make you, Sheila.
Are you angry?
No.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, Colin.
Where have you been?
I've been waiting at the bus stop for the last half hour. Where have you been?
I came the other way. I got off at the terminus and walked.
Bus after bus and not a sign. I thought you weren't coming.
Sorry.
How's you going to take your coat off?
Well, I can only stay for 5 minutes.
You've only just come.
Well, I've been here for about 20 minutes.
I thought you were going to stay anyway.
I didn't say so on the phone.
Well, no, but... Oh, I just thought you were, that's all. Oh, sound like an old married couple, don't we? Except, that's what we'll never be. Isn't that what you came to tell me?
Yes. Yes, that's what I came to tell you.
Oh, it's all right. I've known for some time it was coming to this, I suppose.
Yes.
Too many things pulling the other way.
Yes.
Well, I had any sense I'd have seen it from the beginning.
No, it was never as certain as that.
It's going to be a rough time for me, Margaret. A rough time.
For me, too.
I don't know that I...
You won't try and see me again, will you? Because it'll only make things difficult for both of us. I have to go now.
Not yet.
I must.
Just stay a little bit
I
longer.
can't.
Margaret! It's 2 years of my life you're walking out on. For God's sake, leave in a decent manner. 2 years and you can't give me 5 more minutes? I mean, God, at the time I met you, I started to believe in something. In the fact that all this bloody mess we're in had some kind of purpose. A war where the sacrifice wouldn't be in vain. And what did I do about it? Nothing. And why? Because I thought you needed me. Well, need me, Margaret. Need me! Need me!